Welcome back to the third episode of the Middleton Talk. My name is Carmelita Middleton. I'm a real person. This is a fake microphone, and let's get started. So today I do have my kids with me in the room. So if you hear some baby noises, it's my girls. This video is a long-awaited video, and I really just put off putting it out there. But I think it needs to be said. Today we're talking about toxic family members, toxic friends, toxic people, just toxic people in general. And I feel as if so many people don't want to talk about it, and here I am gonna talk about it today because there's so much to say about this topic. Let's get started. I feel like people who, anybody in your life can be toxic, and there's a point where you have to realize, when do you let the toxic person leave, or when do you decide, like, you have to decide enough is enough for your well-being. Especially as a mom, I have definitely made the hard decision to not have my kids around certain people because I felt like my life, I felt as if when I was around these certain people, the quality of my life went down. The way that I felt about myself, the way that, you know, the weekends, if we would go over to these people's house, or if we'd go hang out with these people, just certain people that we were hanging out with, and certain people that are so-called family members that we have just distance from, is simply from the fact of their own actions. And I never want to make a video to make anyone feel uncomfortable, but I also want to. Now, I'm not saying if someone did you wrong, completely cut them out of your life. Definitely give people second chances. With me, I believe people are allowed to get multiple chances, especially if they're someone that you want to be around, and the people that you consider family or you consider friends. Just sometimes enough is enough, and you just moving away from that situation for your well-being is what matters most. As a mom, I never want to get my kids, like, take my kids away from certain family members, friends, family acquaintances, whatever you want to call it. I never wanted to do that, but it's come down to the point where I had to realize that the way that I want my life to be is I want my kids around people who see the value in my presence. And I remember my dad always told me that, okay, baby's talking. He always said to be around people who value you. And I think that's the most important thing that I've ever learned. And I think it's taken me a while to learn that, honestly. Me and Peyton have been through so many ups and downs together as a married couple, as, you know, a very different. Me and Peyton growing up, we were brought up very differently, which most people who get married, they're usually very different. I'm biracial, so my mom is from Belize and my dad is from Tennessee, so, you know, we have different cultures. So having a blended family, having Peyton's side of his family and my side of the family come together has been extremely, okay, baby's with me. I'll just be honest, because if I'm not honest on here, then, you know, having a multiracial family, you know, multicultural family has been so hard, because clearly, you know, this side of the family does things this way, and that side of the family does things that way. And for me and Peyton, we are creating our own traditions, but not only that, we are trying to take traditions from each side of our families and become one, and that has been so hard. Not only that, that's been hard, is just the fact that our families are so different. culture-wise, just how they were brought up, just everything about our families are different. And the only thing that they have truly in common is the fact that now they have grandkids. And I have realized that as a mom, I really want to take into accountability of the people that I hang out with and the people that I'm around, because my kids see my demeanor when I go around certain people. And as parents, me and Payne have decided that some people, just because family or not, don't get to have the quality time with us anymore. And it's really hard to sit here and make a video like this because I don't want to drag anyone through the mud, or you know, whatever that saying is. But I also want other people to understand that just because people are in your family, that doesn't mean it can't be toxic. There can be people in your family that are extremely toxic to your well-being and your mental health, and you, to move away, to remove yourself from that situation, is honestly the only best thing for you to do. Then do it. There's so many times where people are like, oh, but this is your family member, this is your friend, this is your brother or your sister or your uncle or your aunt or your in-laws or your mother or father. And that excuse is not a good excuse to hang around someone who is mentally toxic. Here's the deal. I have been going through trying to blend my families together, trying to find who I am as a person, trying to just see where I want to be in life. And I've cut people out. I've cut people out on my family, I've cut friends out, I've cut family members out, I've cut just acquaintances, you know, just people who I feel don't light my soul. And the reason why I say this is because I've been telling Peyton lately that if these people don't put a spark in my personality when I hang out with them, I don't want to be around them. I don't want to sit there and sing Kumbaya around the campfire and make s'mores and cook out and do this and do that if they cannot respect me. I am an adult. I am a powerful mom. I'm a powerful woman. I'm a wife, and I am a friend. What I am not is someone who married into the family. I'm not just a friend of this person. I am me. I am learning who I am, and I'm learning the impact that I have on other people. And if I can sit here and give you advice on motherhood, give you advice on self-care, give you advice on your mental health, but I can't give you advice on what I truly am going through, then why am I even making videos? Like, I want to be real and raw with every single thing I put out there, and this is a big subject for me. Being around toxic people is not good for your mental health. And if you haven't already, I did post the first video on the first episode of Middleton Talk, and I was talking about my postpartum journey. And I believe that my postpartum depression, what I was going through, was a result of hanging around people who do not light my soul. And what I'm saying is, I was hanging around family, I was hanging around friends, I was hanging around acquaintances, I was hanging around people in general who did not make me feel like I was valued. And it is so hard to cut people out of your life who don't bring that to the table, because you don't want to be rude, you don't want to think that maybe I can give them another chance. But baby girl or guy, don't. Cut it. Cut off the communication if they are not doing what's right for you. If they do not respect you as a person, a moral of this episode is that toxic people can be anyone. They can be your family, they can be your friends, they can be your acquaintances. You have to have the value in yourself to understand that the people you hang around with are the people that you will ultimately become, are the people that you get your drive from. And I have cut out people out of my life. I have. And I'm so glad I did, because those people were not lighting my soul. Those people were very bad for my mental health. And I'm not sorry about it. I'm not sorry that you couldn't get your act together to be a part of my life, to be a part of my kids' lives. I'm sorry that I'm the villain in your story, in every single story you see, and instead of choosing me as a villain, you're not looking at yourself. I'm sorry that you are incompetent of deciding that your actions are the reason why I left. I'm sorry that you decided that because I finally stood up for myself, I'm the bad person. I'm sorry that growing up made me realize that you weren't good for me, you weren't good for my kids, and you weren't good for my family. But I'm not sorry for the way that I reacted and the way that I finally stood up for myself. I'm not sorry. And I'm so proud of myself for being the mom that I am to my girls and deciding that enough was enough, because if you could do that to me, you could do that to my girls. My mental health is so much better without you in my life. My mental health is thriving. I am becoming who I want to be. I am doing things I never would have done. I'm getting out of my comfort zone because I don't have these toxic people in my life. I'm a mom of 3 girls. If I can't show them and I can't lead them by example of how to be good and how to put yourself first, then how can I be a role model? Thank you guys so much for coming to my 3rd episode of the Middleton Talk. I know this is a hard conversation to have. I know some people won't be happy with my video. I know that a lot of people needed to hear this message. You need to be with people who put a fire in your soul, who light you up when you walk through the room, who you're excited to go see. You don't need to be around people who dread your mental health when you go. So thank you so much for coming to the Middleton Talk. Thank you so much for coming on my channel, for clicking on this video. Please like and subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing more of my journey, more of my story.